Oh, hello there again. Okay, sorry, I gotta stop doing these awkward intros. Hey everybody, this is gonna be the next set of videos for your class. This video is just gonna go through some logistics and important announcements. The so the first thing I want to talk about is your second argument analysis assignment. I've posted that on Blackboard, so if you don't have it in front of you, pause and go look it up. Okay, I assume that you just did that and you have it in front of you. So what you'll notice from it is its due date is April 11th, and that I believe that is next Saturday. Okay, so you have a week and a half to do it at 11:59 p.m. in the body of an email. So please do not attach it as a document. Okay, just have it copy pasted in the email. Okay, there's some sample A-level answers, and I tried to make the instructions as detailed as I could. Now notice this time there's really only two arguments to pick from, which is Thompson's pro-choice argument, which we'll go through later. And it's going to be a set of premises and a conclusion, okay? One thing about that argument is there's no argument form we have for it currently, so you don't have to say what the argument form is if you pick Thompson's pro-choice argument. And next is Marquis's flow argument, which we'll go over later today. Okay, and then basically it's the same instructions I already gave in class, and you can read them, and you can always ask if you have more questions. One thing from the last time is make sure you present your argument so that it's numbered premises. Okay, premise one, premise two, conclusion, how the numbers and premises line up. Okay, so that's on the argument analysis, and here's another very important announcement about that. Because of the amount of work in I've been swamped with grading, and because of your guys' situation, I've decided to do this, which is if you are happy with your first argument analysis assignment grade, then that's all you have to do. Because what you did in that first argument analysis is showed that you knew how to assess an argument, you knew how to attack an argument, you knew how to identify its validity and soundness, and that's the skills I'm looking for. Okay, so if you were happy with that first grade, I'm gonna have that be just the grade for your second assignment if you decide not to do a second. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you're happy with your first grade and you just want to keep it at that, then you don't have to do a second one. Okay. Now, suppose you weren't happy with your first grade, then do a second one, okay? Now, here's the thing. If your second grade is worse than your first one, then I'm not going to count it, okay? That way, I don't have you guys take a risk, or you don't get punished for trying to do another assignment, more work. And that's being more on the lenient side, but that's what I've decided to do. If you do better, which hopefully you will, since you'll have been able to learn from the previous argument analysis, then I'll average the two, and those two will be inputted into your grade, and those combined will be your argument analyses grades. Okay, does that make sense? I guess nobody can ask any questions, so I'm so used to it. Any sense? Any questions? If it doesn't make sense, please please feel free to email me. Okay, so yeah, so all right, so that's on the argument analysis and the second assignment. Okay, next is about the Zoom office hours. Okay, so I've met with one student already from this class, and it went pretty well. So if you ever want to talk about anything with me about the class, or even just in general how you're doing, about your situation with everything, with the coronavirus or whatever that might be relevant to your performance in the class, just email me and let me know. We can set up a time, and then I'll send you a Zoom link. If you don't have Zoom, or if you just don't want to use Zoom, I'm actually okay with using like Google Chat too. That's fine with me as well. So either of those is fine. Okay, so that's Zoom office hours. Next is, okay, I graded all of your first quizzes, and I'm posting the next quiz up. I mean, that should be posted up by now, by the time I posted the video. And I read all of them. A lot of you are sharing how you were doing and what's going on with you. Some of you are doing great. I mean, or at least okay. Some of you are struggling a lot, so I just want to encourage you, to persevere. I mentioned this in some people's messages. Like for me, it was in my 20s where I had a lot of rough times, and I had to learn how to, I guess, keep persevering even when things get rough. And I really encourage that for all of you too to um, keep persevering through your hard times. Um, I would say a lot of the struggle has been less from hearing from people, less about the actual content. I like nobody really shared about any internet struggles, well, at least with this class. But people shared more about like emotional struggles, or it's harder to focus. Um, so one thing I really do recommend, I mentioned this last time, is to set up a schedule for yourself, or even like at the beginning of each day, just make a to-do list. Like here's the things I plan to get done today, and that alone will, I think, will help you out. For those of you who are with family or roommates, I'm back from Ohio, by the way. This is my Richmond home, so hey, here it is. Yeah, it's not. This is actually our guest room. I was with my parents in Ohio. Now I'm in Richmond, back with my wife. So I'm definitely happy to be back with her. Um, but now the thing is, and this is what I learned, just being with family, like a lot of things are grabbing for your attention, or your parents might be asking you to do something, and so on. So if it's possible in your situation to just ask for like your study time, like let people know like in your schedule, this is the time I don't want to be disturbed, so that I can listen to YouTube lectures, or so that I could finish assignments. I really recommend you just try to set up those boundaries with your family. I know that's not possible for some of you, but to the best that you can, that's something I'd recommend. um, and I recommend also some of you to be proactive and just like phone calling some of your friends, or trying to chat with some. It might be some of you do this naturally. For others, you might be a little awkward. But I really recommend just talking with friends and catching up can be really good for your just feeling better about life, and going through struggles together rather than just alone. So, all right. So that's a few logistics. Let's see. I think that covers everything. This quiz that I'll be posting will be due Sunday, 11:59 p.m. like last time. Make sure you do it, and don't forget that I also dropped the 2 lowest quiz grades. So if you missed the last one, it's okay. And if so long as that could be one of your 2 dropped. And now there's actually less excuse for y'all to miss quizzes, I think, because it's not an attendance thing anymore. Um, so I hope that that should help you with that. Okay, with that, we'll jump back into the subjects. But yeah, good to say hello. Hope you all are doing well. Yeah. Okay, bye.